In a small village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young man named Arvid. From a young age, Arvid had always dreamed of becoming an artist. He would spend hours by the creek, sketching the flowing water, the trees swaying in the wind, and the animals that passed by. But Arvid's dreams were often met with skepticism from the people around him. Art is not a real job, his father would say, a furrowed brow of concern on his face. You need to focus on something practical, like farming, something that will feed you and give you security. The villagers, too, believed that dreams like Arvid's were far too unrealistic. The harsh realities of life in the village left little room for artistic pursuits. Yet, despite the pressure, Arvid couldn't shake the feeling that his true purpose was to create. He believed that there was something greater within him waiting to emerge. But with each passing year, doubt crept into Arvid's heart. The path of practicality seemed to call to him more and more, and his dreams began to fade into the background. He took up farming to appease his family, but he found no joy in it. Every day, he would wake up early to tend to the fields, his hands calloused from the hard work, but his heart heavy with the weight of unfulfilled potential. One afternoon, as he was walking through the village, Arvid saw an old man sitting on a bench outside the local tavern. The old man was sketching on a small piece of paper, his weathered hands moving slowly but steadily. Arvid had never seen him before, and something about the man's quiet presence intrigued him. He sat down beside him, watching the old man draw. "What are you drawing?" Arvid asked, his voice tentative. The old man smiled without looking up. "I'm not drawing anything. I'm just letting the pencil tell me what to do." Arvid leaned in, curious. "What do you mean?" The old man paused, finally meeting Arvid's gaze. "You see, young man, the pencil knows the way. You just have to trust it." Arvid was silent for a long moment, absorbing the wisdom in the old man's words. "But what if it's not enough? What if I'm not good enough?" The old man chuckled softly. "The world may not see your worth, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Greatness is often hidden in the most unlikely places. The key is persistence and belief. It doesn't matter if no one else sees it. What matters is that you keep going." Those words struck a chord deep within Arvid. He realized that the path he had been walking wasn't the only one available to him. There was another path, a path that required courage and faith in himself, even when others doubted. That night, Arvid took a step that would change his life. He began drawing again, this time with renewed purpose. It wasn't easy. His hands trembled as he tried to find his rhythm, and his mind was clouded with self-doubt. But he kept going, just as the old man had advised. With every stroke of the pencil, Arvid's confidence grew. Slowly, his sketches began to improve, and he felt a spark of something he hadn't felt in years: hope. Months passed, and Arvid continued to hone his craft. He created beautiful paintings of the village, the surrounding hills, and the people he loved. Eventually, his work began to catch the attention of travelers passing through the village. His art was unlike anything they had seen before, raw and full of emotion. Word spread, and soon Arvid was invited to display his work in galleries beyond the village. Years later, Arvid became a renowned artist. His name was known far and wide, and his work was celebrated for its depth and authenticity. But he never forgot the lesson the old man had taught him. Greatness doesn't always follow a straight path, and sometimes you have to trust in the journey, even when it's unclear where it will lead. Arvid's success wasn't built on talent alone. It was built on persistence, faith, and the courage to follow an unseen path.